Wake up, Wrestling Universe, and don't miss out on your chance to listen to the world-famous Ringside Power Hour. I'm your host, the wrestling aficionado, the Zara podcast, the man, the myth, Dale, Suplex Samurai Win.
What's up, my mother Jeffers? I am your badass flapjack of podcasting, and I am Jeff Henson.
And to all my Micaholics out there, I'm your mile-high megastar, the break room beast, the man who, according to this letter I just got in the mail from the Murray Show, in the case of 12-year-old Daquan, I am not the Fowler, Hollywood Michael Paul.
And last, but certainly not least, back in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. Don't call it a comeback. Everett Hall McNeil, back in the booth with my boys.
A.K.A. Black Jesus.
How was the mission?
A.K.A. my regular name.
How was your spiritual mission you had there?
Spiritual mission. Look, I was filming in Millennium Music Conference. Shout out to Springwood Productions.
We understand you don't want to take credit, but you were in Brazil on your mission, performing miracles, healing the sick, and spreading the word of the Ringside Power Hour.
Now, I heard you did a miracle that's never been done before. You made a woman who's never orgasm.
The hell?
I also heard that you said that you were going to be the first black father to actually stick around.
Oh, shit.
No, that's just a joke, guys.
You heard that here. You heard that here first, guys.
Yeah, it's a joke because he didn't stick around. He's got 3 kids out there.
I don't have 3 kids.
All right, man.
That's right. Then you keep that up.
You keep the 9 in the joke.
Hollywood Michael Paul probably got some kids around here. All in Shepherd Pratt.
All right. Hey. So last week we had Fastlane, fellas.
Yeah, Fastlane was sucky, but we're going to get into it. Let's do it.
First match.
All right, our first matchup was Kalisto. He took on Alberto Del Rio on the pre-show. 2 out of 3 falls.
I actually thought it was a solid match. To be honest, I'm still not sold on Kalisto. They're kind of shoving him down our throats to be Ray 2.0, but I mean, it was a good match.
Well, why is this match on the pre-show? This match should have been on the actual main.
Yeah, you're right. It takes prestige away from the U.S. title.
Well, that and they had to rush it. Like the first 2 falls were done within the first 2 minutes. I mean, if they put it on the regular event, we could at least get a 5-minute match going.
What did you think about Del Rio throwing the first fall, disqualification?
I liked it. I mean, it told a better story than him just going out there and pinning him. I mean, that's pretty much how every kind of match with a spectacular, like, what do you call it, gimmick match now? Is that what they call them?
Right.
Every single kind of one of those matches always have the same story. I mean, it's sad. Like, there is no new storytelling anymore with matches.
So you feel like everything is like a bunch of different formulas and nothing is outside the box anymore?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think they just throw things on the wall and see what sticks. Honestly, that's kind of
almost like throwing darts at a wall. Oh,
yeah.
Let's hope this sticks.
That
didn't work. Oh,
I mean, that's what
that
they
didn't
do
work.
with the match now. Back in the day, you had the matches. Whoever you put in that match had chemistry with each other. It worked so well.
I actually think that Kalisto and Del Rio actually have great chemistry.
Well, yeah.
Now, I've been known to be the biggest Kalisto hater because I actually like his style. I actually think he's talented. I just hate that he forced him down my throat. But they put on a solid match.
Yeah, they do.
Kalisto's talented. There's no denying it, but
This is how they booked. Anyway, second match.
Second match, we had Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks taking on a Team Bad.
I mean, those 2 girls are so over, Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, that to put them in a tag team match was just kind of fucking stupid to me. But, I mean, it was a good match for what it was, I guess, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
I actually thought it was a good setup. I thought they had something going. If they would have turned Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks against each other, it sets up a 3-way with Charlotte for WrestleMania. But to have them 2 win flat out, I mean, it kills Naomi, and well, to me, it sucks anyway.
Yeah. What I would have liked to seen is you have Sasha Banks lead Team Bad against Becky Lynch. You could get a good 2 months out of that feud, and it'd be great television.
No, but I think if you would have angled Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks as a team where one turns on the other, you turn Sasha Banks heel again, where she belongs because she is a great heel.
She is a great heel.
We know I'm not the biggest Sasha Banks fan, but she has that bitch look, that heel look.
That I'm better than you mentality.
Yeah, so they should have had her flip.
I agree. I think she works better as a heel. She did it in NXT.
She was great as a heel in NXT. Wasn't Becky Lynch, as you said, her bitch in NXT?
Pretty much. I mean, she was pretty much her bitch. She helped her win matches.
Well, she could be my bitch. I love that orange hair.
Well,
you and redheaded chicks, we know you're crazy.
Oh, not just red, orange, green. I'm like the Captain Kirk.
So if
they're
a woman,
hot, I love 'em.
so if a female Oompa Loompa came in here, you'd be jumping all over.
Did
Hey,
you miss the
hey,
Captain Kirk
I'll
reference?
take it.
If they're hot, I love them. Did you ever see Captain Kirk bang an ugly chick? No, thank you.
If they touch me, I'll love them.
See, this is why that sounds creepy.
This is why you girls out there can get at me on my OK
Here we
Cupid
go with
and
another
my
damn
pop. I've
ES
got to plug it. I'm a lonely rock star with 2 hands that are getting very chafed
Well,
with no lotion.
I think girls need to start taking into consideration. Mike has some freaky deaky dreams going on.
Do you want me to get into
This
the
is the
dream?
most
Let's talk
desperate
about Paige.
public service announcement
Mike-
I think I've ever seen.
Shut your dumb ass up.
Thank you.
So you want me to get into the dream or not?
Let's not. Let's get
Let's
into the
not.
next match.
Paige, you lucked out.
Paige, if you're listening, I can make the dream come true.
Paige,
What's the
smack
next
the hell
match?
out of him.
Jesus
Don't listen
Christ.
to this moron.
They're not gonna let you into WrestleMania. Talking all that gay shit.
That
They
stalking
gonna
shit.
put a
Talking about
restraining order
Paige
on
ain't gay. If I was talking about this next match, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler now.
Well,
How
we
you
know
doing?
how much you love Ziggler. Like,
That
you
was
had the man
amazing
crush.
build up, by the way. Hear the sarcasm? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was trash in my opinion. It was a good match, guy. I mean, come on, you can't really say Dolph Ziggler's not a good worker. But what
He
the
is.
fuck does he do? Where's his build up? He's a nostalgia act. Seriously.
He was able to stand on his own, but when he started doing stuff that was Shawn Michaels-esque, it has become a booking, a
See,
huge
I don't
booking
see.
identity
I don't see
problem.
the Shawn Michael-esque anywhere.
Well,
in this.
that's
the
the
show
problem.
off thing was pretty much Shawn Michaels. And then to top it all, he started stomping in the corner.
Yeah, he did steal the whole tuning at the
Why?
band thing.
The only time he was not
You think that was him or that was WWE creative saying, "Hey, we got a great idea for you."
I couldn't tell you, but the only time he wasn't a nostalgia act when he was a part of the Spirit Squad. So
Now, let me ask you this. Jeff brought up a very interesting point. You said that they're trying to book Dolph Ziggler as the next Shawn Michaels, when in all reality, he's acting like Marty Jannetty. That's something that you said. Did I quote you right?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, they tried to promote him as an extra. They were saying it on television. I mean, this was this is years ago too. This was maybe 4 years ago when the whole Shawn Michaels thing came about, because he was pretty much doing a lot of Shawn Michaels stuff. The show off thing. What do you think what Shawn Michaels was? Now he's kind of trying to be like a little rocker a little bit. I mean, that's Marty Jannetty written all over him.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels was the pretty boy, the ladies' man.
That's what they did try to make Dolph Ziggler. The whole
That's-
Rana storyline,
I
Summer Rae.
get that, but Shawn Michaels had phenomenal mic skills. I hate Shawn Michaels. Don't get me wrong. Fantastic mic skills. He could sell anything.
Look, WWE's been trying to create a new Shawn Michaels for a while. There was talk back
Well,
when John
they've been trying to
Morrison was
create
around.
everything.
They were going to make John Morrison another Shawn Michaels.
That guy had no mic skills.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got a call coming in.
You're on the air with
what's
Ringside
going on?
Power Hour.
Hey, what's up, son?
What's going on there, buddy?
What's going on, man?
What's your name,
How you guys
man?
doing?
What's your credit card number?
Oh, my God.
Can actually
Social security
barely hear
number?
you guys.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did you call to get preached to by the Reverend? Because he's got a sermon for you.
Let me tell you something. Ignore Michael Paul. He's a little bit
Hey,
So
one fool short of the cuckoo's nest.
we're doing our Fastlane review right now. We hadn't quite gotten to the Roman Reigns segment, but we hear you're the biggest Roman Reigns fan ever.
He actually jacks his arm when he gets ready to do a Superman punch.
Does he?
He does.
All right. So
Do
what
you-
is it? What is it that you see in Roman Reigns?
Honestly, you know what? That question was actually hard for me to answer. But I guess
You
you
think
know,
he's
watching.
sexy, don't you?
No.
It's okay. we
Look-
don't judge.
Looking at all the talent, I guess I kind of look for, you know, superstars who's got like a lot of flair and just kind of stands out to me. In-ring intensity, ferocity. You know, that's why I've always kind of like, I guess, the stronger guys. You know, really big on Ryback when he first debuted, and you know, we saw what happened there. How he went downhill, sort of. But just for me, Roman's kind of just kept on building up, but in a way, he's also been pulled down too.
Now, how do you feel about Roman's promo skills?
His promos, Vince McMahon needs to stop writing his promos. That's all I'm going to say.
Amen.
How about a skill set? You know,
I mean-
he only has like 5 moves. Legitly 5. Could be less.
Yeah, You know, that's the thing that bothers me too. Because if you watch him in his FCW days, you know, when he wrestled with Dean and
these
Seth
guys have
back
seen
then, he had a bigger moveset back then, and I feel like, you know, Vince just wants to build him up as that super strong guy that he only needs to do a couple moves to put the match away, and I think that's part of what's burying him.
Well, I mean, anybody that's super babyface throughout the WWE history is pretty much, it's always the same thing. And really, if you think about it, Hulk Hogan was the major guy. He gets his ass whipped most of the match, and then he has the miraculous comeback. But when you're built as, your gimmick is a Samoan badass, you should be dominating matches. You're not an underdog. So for me, the booking's horrible. The dude should be heel. And he can't cut great promos.
Look, and anytime he does a legit interview, when he does anything as shoot, he's always crying. He's always crying about something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand what the WWE quite sees in him. I definitely don't see what you see in Ryback. Oh my God, that was a Goldberg ripoff like anything.
Ryback is a cinder block being thrown around the ring when he's wrestling. That's what he looks like.
That's about what he looks like when he moves.
He kind of looks like a brick wall.
I agree. Ryback is not good at all. I don't know if you were more in love with the gimmick at first, but after that, he was pretty much nothing.
I mean, before that, he was, what, Skip Sheffield?
Yes, he was.
I mean, well, speaking of Fastlane, what did you think of Fastlane, Tony?
Oh, Lord. Fastlane was, I think, the worst pay-per-view so far that we've gotten in this year-long loop to WrestleMania. It was very disappointing, honestly. I think the best match was AJ Styles and Chris Jericho by far.
Well, of course, you had Chris Jericho in the match.
It takes two to have a good match,
No,
Dale.
AJ Styles is good, Dale.
Jericho
Styles and Chris Jericho.
Styles.
You gonna stop this blasphemous
The
talk? That's what you
terrible
gonna do.
is
You're getting the
terrible.
Reverend fired up.
So how did you feel about the Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens just random match?
I mean, I feel like it's not even random at this point anymore. I mean, they fought how many times on Raw in the past
2 weeks.
2 months?
That's
They fought
true.
2
Like,
weeks
Very
straight.
good matches too.
I mean, the
Dolph
matches are
Ziggler
good.
is
Yeah,
a nostalgia act. I'm not going to keep saying it. Dolph Ziggler
He's
has no
talented.
gimmick.
He's talented in the
He has
ring.
Motley Crue's logo on his back. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, how does he get away with that copyright?
He's super fucking athletic. How many
Change it up
pins
a
did he
little
have
bit.
in
You might be able
college?
to get
That's what
away
he
with
does.
it.
He has the Ohio State record for pins in legit wrestling.
In
This
legit
guy
wrestling.
is a for sure athlete.
Why is that not
He's
his
just
gimmick?
struggling to find
Why
out
is
who
he
he
being
is.
wasted? What do you mean? When he was with Big E and
Right.
AJ Lee, he had a gimmick that worked for him.
Right.
Why didn't we just stick with that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've just run out of things to do with him. Like, they had him as the show-off, and it's like he's not even showing off anymore. Like, he had that whole thing, like, back when he was with Vicky, that whole I'm perfection thing. That worked for him. He was a cocky asshole who thought he was the best.
Well,
He
right
could pull
now
that
he's
off.
like a love child between Vince Neil and Shawn Michaels.
Well, what's the common denominator?
Yeah.
Anytime Ziggler has a mouthpiece, he's
but
phenomenal.
at least Vince Neil had a mouth.
he does. He does have a mouth. Dolph Ziggler used to have a mouth.
Dolph Ziggler can't talk for shit. What he can do? Get pissed off in an interview? So he does one
that
good.
was his best.
Yeah, when he
That was the best promo ever from
his
him.
best shit
was
was
being
being
him.
pissed off.
That was his being
So
real life.
you could actually feel the intensity of him being upset. But what are you doing in real wrestling? You're not doing shit. You're going out there talking super fucking fast and just doing the same fucking moves, stomping in the corner, thinking you're Shawn Michaels, but you're not.
But do you think it's him, or do you think it's booking telling him to go out there and be Shawn Michaels?
It's been 8 years. He's been doing the same thing over and over. So you tell me.
I mean, he has
They-
been getting pushed and de-pushed, so you can't just sit here dumping on him.
I mean,
well, he can always CM Punk it up.
He went from being the sole Survivor Series to what, a love triangle.
Yeah,
They
pretty much.
they don't know what to do with good talent. I mean, you look at Neville, the guy's incredible, and what are they doing with him?
Pretty much nothing. I mean, he's
What
in
are you talking
6-man
about?
tag matches.
He's with the Lucha Dragons every week on SmackDown.
Well, we talked about this. He should have been in an Intercontinental Fatal
he should be
Five-Way.
in singles matches competing for titles.
Come on, man.
That's what he should be doing.
Let's move on to the next match because the Dolph Ziggler thing's just pissing
Right.
me off.
You said you're a Ryback fan. How'd you feel about the Big Show, Kane, and Ryback taking on the Wyatts?
I'm tired of it. Like it just seems random. Like they just threw it together. The three giants in the company versus, the Wyatt family. It's like it's one of those matches just to create heat for the Wyatt family and try and get the baby faces more over. Because how many times Big Show and Kane going to go heel and face, from the last few years they have? Because that's all they've been doing.
I disagree.
Flip-flopping.
Because like Big Show said in his podcast, he flip-flops every week because the WWE needs him to flip. He's him and Kane can go back between heel and babyface anytime they want.
But I can understand how people are getting tired of it because that's making him not good. He's not booked right.
Yeah, it's a one-trick pony.
You get tired of seeing the Big Show same song and dance because he's not booked. You're booking him to basically go out there and shake hands and be the good guy, and then he's just putting another guy over. Now he's a heel, doing the same thing, make everybody mad at you, and then fucking lose the match.
But when it comes to Kane, it's like, he was doing his whole monster thing, and then people were getting tired of that. So like, all right, we're gonna shake it up. We're gonna make him corporate Kane now. And then people were tired of that, so they go back. Oh, put your mask back on. And now people are tired of that again.
Let's be honest. When it came to that corporate Kane gimmick, everybody was scratching their head.
It was different, and it was working for Kane.
I thought it worked.
It was not. There were times it was not working. I don't know
bland,
what you were seeing,
but
there
the
were
writing
times
was fucking terrible. That whole year sucked. I mean, it definitely wasn't as bad as the year with Johnny Laurinaitis and the fucking little laptop thing.
That era was
People
stupid.
Power.
Yeah, don't fucking do that no more. Shit
Well, how do you guys feel about the way the Wyatts have been booked?
Horrible.
Terrible.
They should have won that match at Fastlane. if anything.
Explain Hollywood Mike.
You take Bray Wyatt, who was supposed to be billed as your next supernatural character, your next Undertaker-esque presence.
Yep.
He's feuding
They've ruined Bray.
Exactly. He's feuding with John Cena. He's feuding with The Undertaker. He's feuding with Kane. He's feuding with all these big guys.
We all saw them, by the way.
And now you're just dropping him like he's nothing. You're just throwing him out there. Like, oh, okay, well, we got a match coming up on the march to WrestleMania. We need a third guy. Let's put Bray Wyatt in there with no sense for it.
Well, they're trying to push Ryback now. I mean,
terrible. Retire.
Why are they pushing these people that have technical wrestling issues? Ryback is one of them.
Vince
Curtis
McMahon
Axel is
Jr.
one of them. Adam Rose is one of them.
Let me tell you what it is. You know what Vince McMahon has in that lockbox that Shane is hiding? It is a picture of John Cena and Roman Reigns and Ryback and some Vaseline hand lotion. That's what it is.
Don't you put John Cena in the name of those fucking untalented motherfuckers?
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
John
and I'm not
Cena-
the biggest John
I'm
Cena
not
fan
talking
either.
about
is the
talent.
most underrated wrestler.
I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about John Cena's. I mean, not
I
John
wouldn't
Cena.
say
Vince
he's
McMahon's
the most
love for the big
underrated wrestler.
guys.
The most underrated wrestler is John Cena.
No, the most underrated wrestler is Cesaro.
I never
That's
believed.
the truth.
Okay, I'll give you. I love Cesaro, but let me tell you. Let me explain why. I hated John Cena.
We all did.
I'm sure everybody hated John Cena at a point.
It was stale. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, it was shoved down your throats. John Cena sucked. But guess what? Guess what I've learned since he's been out?
TV
Wrestling
ratings
was
are
better.
awful.
Wrestling was better with him. John Cena can cut a promo like that. John Cena don't need. He isn't The Rock. Don't get me wrong, but he's better. He's sky's limit better than anybody else on the roster.
So you're saying John Cena is like that fat girl you have around when you're not getting anything. You're going at it with
Oh,
her.
no.
And then you get her away.
He's the crazy
and you're
hot
missing
chick.
It. Oh, the crazy hot chick.
That's right.
I don't know what that's like.
He's the crazy hot chick that you don't know why you keep banging her, but you do.
Never been there. Teach me.
Well,
I mean,
claws your face.
what's the next match? Let's just move on to the next
this is
match.
probably going to be
please.
Everett's favorite match on the card: Charlotte versus Brie Bella.
Oh, pretty. Outstanding.
First of all, let me go on this rant right now. Brie Bella, look, I understand your husband retired, and I understand that your sister is.
Do you understand she's
recuperating.
sexy? You got to understand that
She's
too.
a nice looking lady. However,
sells.
She's sexy.
Do you understand?
That's all
She's the most improved wrestler in the last
can a
4
brother
years.
speak? Thank you. All I'm saying is,
Well, here
Well,
you go.
you
Stealing
start
cups and stuff?
All right, Black Jesus, preach that word.
first of all, she comes out there.
Testify.
Would you let that man speak?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go preach your little Brie Bella thing. Let's go.
First of all,
Let's hear about the Bella twins.
First of all, she comes out wearing Daniel Bryan pads. You
her
talking
husband.
about? I understand
Paying
it's her
respect.
husband,
And I still would have beat the goat off
but
that
okay,
ass.
who would? Who would? But I'm saying my problem is why are you riding the coattails so quickly and fast off that? Like, be yourself. Like, don't. When I saw that, I was worried about her starting to ride the coattails, her picking up doing the yes chants. Girl, you are not Daniel. You're not Daniel Bryan. I know you're her wife. I mean, I know you're his wife, but That's not your place.
So Charlotte should stop saying woo, and Natalya should stop doing the sharpshooter.
Well, actually, she should stop putting the pink in her hair too, because that's
like
just
that.
black. Oh, well, we can't let anybody ride the coattails of their generations. I mean,
Right.
The Rock shouldn't have been called The Rock.
But listen to this, though.
Dwayne.
Why are you upset that she's saying yes when Daniel Bryan basically told you on Raw she created the damn chant?
He also tells you
Yes.
she says it all the time.
All the time, Everett Hall McNeil.
The way I feel about the Bella Twins is simply this. We got one out the door. We're waiting on the next one.
Thank
Are you
you,
serious?
my man Tony.
Wrestling is not
Thank you,
better
Tony.
without the Bella
You
Twins.
Thank
go.
you, Tony.
Wrestling is
man.
not
Thank
better without the Bella
you, Tony.
Twins.
I got,
Wrestling,
hold on. I got a question for you, Tony. Do you think the Bella Twins are hot?
In a sense.
Oh God, you're fired.
What in a sense?
What part?
Explain this
because,
sense.
all right, I'll explain it like this. I think Brie looks better than Nikki.
Hey,
I
man,
can
you were
tell
on the
the
same
difference
page with that.
between the
They're
two.
twins.
No. I can tell
There's
the
a little
difference
difference
between the two. Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki has
looks,
bigger boobs.
No.
I like that
Nah,
old
I
cultural
mean,
thing
face-
about
Bree
Brie.
and Nikki look
Facial
exactly the
wise.
same, except Nikki has bigger boobs. So
All right, I want to hear this. I'm actually curious about this. Go ahead and explain this to me. I need to hear what about these twins that aren't that hot?
In the face, I can tell the difference between the two. So I've always thought Brie looked better to me. But getting to know them as people, it's just their personality that throws me off. So it's like, you look damn good, but you're annoying as fuck.
But if she showed
It's
up at
kinda
your
like
door,
that.
whoa, that's every hot chick, buddy.
Don't
Let
you
me tell
dare be sour.
Hey, if she showed up at my door,
butt ass naked.
Daniel Bryan would be no more.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
all
lot
I'm
to
saying.
say.
Daniel Bryan's about to come over there and kick you in your chin.
Yep.
He's going to give
he
you a
can
yes.
reach
He's
that
shot.
gonna
high.
come out of retirement real quick after that comment.
Like I said, if he can reach that high,
But
Oh,
okay,
damn.
let's actually.
Throw shade.
I actually thought the match was damn. It started off slow. It
was a
really did.
decent-
It was a few problems in the beginning.
It was a decent
but it
match.
closed amazingly.
You know what I liked about this match? It had a great build up to it.
They had a great promo on Raw right before Fastlane. Honestly, the only promo that actually built the fucking
Whole card. I
Fastlane
mean, that
card.
was-
Can we give it up for Charlotte for coming into her own and delivering
Well, you know damn
decent
well,
promos?
I'm a Flair to
It's
the,
Ric
to
Flair's
the,
daughter. Did we ever think
I
she
mean-
would not eventually get it?
She wasn't always doing this.
Oh, I
Can we
give
just-
you that.
I mean,
I'm
But
saying
I'll
give her
give
her
Charlotte-
career.
Ric
That's all.
Flair's daughter.
Tony wants to talk. Go ahead,
I'll give
Tony.
Charlotte that she can wrestle good, but when it comes to her speaking,
Oh, she's phenomenal.
she needs to honestly move the mic a little bit away from her face because she's screaming. I feel
but
like she
her mic
talks
skills
really
have
loud.
improved so much since the beginning of this run. Like,
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
she's improved a
She-
lot.
We touched on
She's
this
pulling
last
off
week.
the heel gimmick very well. Like
well, yeah,
as
she's
a
right.
diva heel, she's doing it well.
She's a genetic freak.
We touched on this last week. I mean, the promo they were having, feeding off each other. You feel it was real, that it was real life.
Yeah.
Facts there.
She touched a lot of facts about them being broke, about Daniel Bryan never wrestling again.
Goat vegan
about
babies.
Their goat face vegan babies.
Nikki's
I mean,
hurt.
she really had a good promo. I mean, I guess it's not, it's not fucking the best, but what diva talks? Great. Exactly, crickets. So
Crickets,
move on to
baby.
the next match. It was a good match. Let's go on to the next.
AJ Styles took on Chris Jericho.
Amazing.
An amazing match.
Best match on the
Probably
card.
the
It was
best match
great.
on the card.
Well,
Best
who-
match on the card.
Who doubted that Chris Jericho was going to be the best match on the card?
Who
need
doubted
to quit
AJ
being-
Styles?
Hey,
The terrible one doesn't put on great matches.
The phenomenal
it.
one.
He
That's it.
needs
Mr.
Chris
TNA.
Jericho.
That's it. This
That's why he's trying to team with Jericho.
Dale, I'm about
Get
sick of
AJ
you.
on the phone.
Dale, I'm about sick of you when it comes to AJ Styles. You're gonna stop talking this blasphemous talk you talking, because AJ Styles can
Dale
put on
doesn't
a
like
decent
short
match.
guys, all right? He can't
That's it.
help it.
So you got a Napoleon
Styles,
complex.
Whoa. AJ Styles has no mic skills.
I agree.
Zero mic skills.
So
Okay,
put him
I'll
in a
give you-
storyline where he doesn't have to talk
I'll
that
give
much.
you
for
this.
it.
I'll give you
His
this.
wrestling
His
makes up
wrestling
for it.
improved when he went to Japan. I'll give you his wrestling improved.
Improved.
But
He's
let me
always
tell
been
you,
good.
I've watched AJ Styles since you guys were probably like in diapers.
No, I watched
He was
AJ Styles
terrible.
at least
Yeah.
2004
Think
TNA
about
days.
the one thing
Come on
about
now.
AJ Styles though. His mic skills might not be all that,
They're horrible.
but they don't necessarily have to be when your name, just your name alone, puts asses in seats.
I mean,
AJ
Think about
Styles
it.
don't put nobody in seats.
I'm
His
a
shirt sold
technical.
out
Oh,
within
so
2
so
hours.
those people didn't pop when
I'm
he
a
came out in the Royal
technical.
Rumble.
I'm a
Dale.
technical wrestling guy, so I actually prefer the guys that can wrestle amazingly.
Me too.
That's why I'm a Cesaro fan.
I'm a Cesaro fan. I'm a Tyson Kidd fan. I'm a Natalia fan.
But guess what, buddy? You're in the big leagues now. You need to learn how to talk.
That's right.
Because you're not going to
Yeah.
make it far with Vince McMahon being such a dictator, and you can only say a few things.
I mean, if he can't talk, give him a mouthpiece.
He's too veteran to have a mouthpiece now.
That's not true.
You can always have a
I think
manager.
it's true.
They used to give mouthpieces to every veteran, man.
Yeah, because I don't understand why.
I really think managers need to make a comeback. They
20-year
play such a
vet,
big
talk
role.
for yourself.
I mean, listen to Shane himself this week talk about how Mr. Fuji taught him so much. Mr. Fuji was just a manager who was phenomenal. Why can't we have that anymore?
That's true. That's true.
Well, earlier we touched on randomness in this card. How about this random match thrown in? Curtis Axel taking on R-Truth.
Curtis
Skip.
Curtis Axel is a waste of space.
That
don't
whole
think he's a waste
social
of space.
outcast
Oh my
fucking
God.
sucks. Please
They,
get them
they
off
need
of
to
TV.
get rid of the social outcast.
This is-
Anyway,
this is
makes
one
no
of the-
sense
let's move
to me.
on.
This is one of the few times me and the Reverend agree.
And that's not all.
Curtis Axel is a waste of time.
Curtis
Please send him to
Axel
ROH.
defeating an
Send him
NWA
anywhere so I don't
legend
have
in
to
the
see him.
fucking
The
R-Truth.
day that I look on
Enough said.
WWE.com and I see we have given Curtis Axel the future endeavors, I'll be a happy man. Next,
Well, what about
next
if they
match?
put-
Actually, all of them.
I agree. Terrible match, terrible build up, and the
Made
fact
no
that
sense.
There
R-Truth
was no
lost.
build up. It was just thrown on there.
That's the point.
We
Terrible
didn't even
build
know
up.
that- we didn't even know the match was happening.
Look, I just think
Nope.
it was they had extra time and they were like, all right, go out there.
No,
That was the
it
piss break of the
already-
show, ladies
It was
and
already
gentlemen.
like 10 or something.
Well,
at
they're
that
known
time.
for ending the pay-per-views 411. But
Next.
going up next on the card, we don't have a match. We actually have a segment. It was New Day on the cutting edge, and actually the League of Nations came out.
Yeah, so you know what that really was, right? A chance to try to turn New Day face. You guys saw that, right?
And for Edge and Christian to plug this
Well,
show.
you know what? See, I'm glad
Oh.
you guys brought this up because a lot of people. The whole segment was funny. It was funny, but I was kind of looking back and forth from TV to Twitter, and a lot of people were tweeting
Did you just say
saying that
kind of funny?
Oh my God, the New Day are hilarious.
Did you just say
I
kind
mean,
of
Why
funny?
are you so sour?
some of the jokes. No, I'm not sour at all. I met the New Day. I'm a New Day fan, but
I wanna
my
hear you
favorite tag
clap.
team is the Usos. The
Oh.
Usos are my favorite.
I don't think you ate your booty of cereal this morning.
So out of this whole
But-
conversation, Tony, here's what I've taken out of this. You love the guys with limited skill sets and had zero mic skills.
You're a new generation fan.
Well, hey,
You
the
are-
Usos
the
can
Usos
wrestle.
are
They
just
need
hype.
to be
The
real
Usos
heel.
are
The
just
Usos
hype.
can wrestle, but they just don't do it.
They need to be heel. They need to be heel, and they need somebody that can talk for them.
If they made
They
a heel
do,
turn,
but-
they'd be a lot more entertaining.
My thing is, though, that segment, a lot of people, because there was a rumor apparently that Enzo and Cass were going to make their debut, and that would have been perfect.
Well, you know
I think
what?
that would have helped.
I had to listen to that for the whole freaking time.
Whatever,
Thanks to
Dale.
Mike.
They're entertaining.
Oh my God, Enzo and Cass are going to debut. I was like,
Thanks to-
wow.
yeah, Mike was one of them.
These guys,
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
you weren't sitting there waiting for them to debut?
these
I didn't
guys,
think they
didn't
were
even
gonna
win
debut.
it.
was soft.
They didn't even win an NXT Tag Team Championship.
Whatever,
What are they
dude.
going to do?
They should have won the NXT Tag Team Champions from fucking Blake and Murphy. That was some bullshit.
Look, if Enzo and Big
They
K came
should've won
out
it.
with New Day, it would have been so entertaining. The promo, oh my God.
Okay, let's
All right,
move on.
next match.
Let's get to the main event.
Main event, Roman Reigns, your boy, Dean Ambrose, my boy, and Lesnar's y'all
Oh
boy.
my God.
my God.
Dean Ambrose is an untalented motherfucker, dude. He can't cut a promo for shit.
Dean Ambrose is going to be world champion one day.
His wrestling.
Bank
Tell
on
me
it.
his moves right
Bank on
now.
it.
Go ahead.
Elbow,
Elbow.
lariat, clothesline,
Uh-huh.
dirty deeds.
Wait,
Rebound lariat.
Stop right there real quick. The rebound lariat is unrealistic as fuck. You can't fucking elevate yourself like that and then close somebody with that kind of force. Not possible. Elbow drop. Everybody does it. Suicide dive. Everybody does
But
it.
this is a realm of entertainment.
This
so
is not.
does the clothesline
His
have to
suicide
be
dive is not
believable?
even the best in.
Dirty Deeds. Not even the original Dirty Deeds.
Oh, the original dirty deeds had to be changed.
What
No.
else you got?
Due to safety
Now
issues.
look, Hollywood
Yeah.
Mike. Me and Jeff used to
I
actually
mean,
be
it's
Dean
like-
Ambrose fans.
I know, and then I opened my
And then you
big
opened your mouth about headlining WrestleMania, and then we looked into it.
If you guys want to hear it, you can go back to the next podcast. Don't think I had any facts
The
apparently.
last podcast.
That's what I said last
See,
podcast.
You said
I do
next.
like Dean Ambrose.
Did I say
too,
next?
But
Oh, my apologies.
Go ahead, Tony. Let's hear about this Dean Ambrose situation.
Tell me you're a Dean Ambrose fan.
I like Dean Ambrose. I do. But it seems like they're trying to turn him into a mix of Brian Pillman and Mick Foley. And it's not working.
I actually have something to say about it.
Here we go with another Brian Pillman comparison.
Go ahead.
Listen, this guy, Tony, tell them when you started watching wrestling.
When I started watching wrestling,
Yeah, what year?
97, I believe.
So you've never seen Brian Pillman actually wrestle, then, right?
Have you seen his fine Brian Pillman gimmick from WCW?
I've not seen any of the WCW
So,
stuff.
let me tell
Well,
you.
I think I actually have on the network.
Comparing Dean Ambrose to Brian Pillman is like the biggest joke I've ever heard. Brian Pillman was a super athlete. He was a super performer who had mic skills. Dean Ambrose, he has zero mic skills. I actually watched last night. We watched a promo where he's smoking a cigarette, rocking like he's goddamn Mankind,
And whining like a bitch.
If we're on promos of last night, what was y'all's favorite promo from last night, by the way?
No. When I say
asking us our
mixing him with
favorite?
Brian,
I just wanted to hear it.
Scott
when I say
Steiner.
mixing him like Brian Pillman, I mean more so like Brian
Oh.
Pillman was like the one guy that was like crazy. That's what they're trying to do, make
Oh,
another
we
crazy
agree with
guy.
you. Don't
What
get me
about-
wrong. Dale's point
Yeah.
is you can't compare somebody that's great to somebody that's fucking terrible. Like, Dean Ambrose sucks. I'm sorry. I liked him all the way up until I actually seen how bad he was. My main problem with Mike saying that he should WrestleMania main event? The fact that this is a PG rating and the dude is not marketable to kids whatsoever. How can you market a guy who you're trying to make him a baby face and he's supposed to be fucking nuts?
Yeah,
So
it
you're
doesn't
promoting
work.
on TV, go steal an ambulance. That's what you're doing for kids.
How about this?
How
Let's
can
go
that
choke
market a
bitch.
baby face at WrestleMania?
That wasn't on WWE.
Oh
though.
my! But this is the reality era, right? So we all know there's no hiding the backstories. K-Fab is dead, right?
Right.
So
guess.
didn't he promo him choking a bitch?
Yes, he
choke a
did.
bitch.
Yeah, he
we are
did.
running a little over on this segment, so how did you guys feel about the match?
Well, it was a waste. Brock Lesnar lost in a clean
It's
match.
too predictable, man.
My
Too
main
predictable.
problem with the match is this. Yes, Roman Reigns won. It sucked. But the fact that he got his ass beat by
With
a
a
fucking
steel chair.
He didn't
and then
sell
got
it.
straight the fuck up and speared him was
no
fucking
sell.
retarded.
Look, Brock Lesnar got hit with the chair and fell out the ring and sold it. You hit it. Well, Reigns and he got right back up.
Was that not my biggest? When we were watching that event, was that not my biggest complaint?
Yep.
He took 4 chair shots and gets up immediately.
Meanwhile, Brock is selling.
Well, why don't you go ahead and give us your final thoughts on the Roman Reigns main event, Tony, before we let you go here.
I hear you guys. I do. Me being a Roman Reigns fan, of course, I cheered the entire time. But I was on edge because there was at some points where I thought, holy shit, maybe Dean does have this. Or,
that would've
maybe
been
Brock's
terrible.
going to come out of nowhere and
You
take
mean
this.
at one point you
But-
realized, oh my God, they should do the right thing and let Brock Lesnar win?
Yep.
Well, the only reason I disagree with that is because I heard rumors that they wanted to do Brock and Bray, which I think would be interesting, but we know how it's going to end.
Are you serious?
Bray's gonna get his
What
ass
is
thrown
interesting about
around.
putting Brock Lesnar in with Bray Wyatt?
When you know Brock
You
is just
do
going to win.
understand Brock Lesnar is an athlete like no other.
Bray has no build up at any WrestleMania ever.
He has
Like,
WrestleMania
He's being
losses.
wasted.
And if you put him in the match with Brock Lesnar, he's gonna lose again.
Yeah.
And it's like you're just diminishing his character.
I don't think-
Homeboy's
I
already
don't think
lost to
you can-
Undertaker and Cena, so what are you going to do?
I don't
with
think
this?
you can ever build Bray Wyatt up enough to where he could actually legitimately wrestle Brock Lesnar.
Unless he gets a win off every big star you could possibly put in front of him.
Unless he pinned Cena clean and beat Triple H for the belt,
Yeah.
which actually that would have been interesting to me.
I mean, they have really ruined Bray, honestly. He's probably one of their best talkers, if not the best, and they just don't know what the hell to do with him. They can't.
John
He
Cena.
gets nothing, no titles. I mean, how
We've
the
seen
fuck
it.
do you lose your
Best-
first
best
WrestleMania
mic
to
skills.
John Cena? To John Cena.
John Cena is the most underrated wrestler in wrestling. He has the greatest mic skills in wrestling today. He moves the needle.
You keep calling him the most
Look at-
underrated wrestler,
look
and
at
I keep
ratings.
on screaming Cesaro.
Look at ratings.
I mean,
Cesaro don't get ratings.
I do like Cena. I do, but it just gets
Cesaro put on a
irritating
5-star
when
match
he
with
comes
John
out of
Cena. You
nowhere
focus too
and
much
just
on the ratings. You called him the most underrated wrestler.
back-
Ratings are king.
You just called John Cena the most underrated wrestler.
He
I
is.
keep screaming Cesaro.
No, Cesaro is the greatest underrated talent. There's a difference.
Wrestling, don't you need talent to be a wrestler? So what's the difference?
John
Yeah.
Cena is a total package.
Oh, come on, guys. Feel the power of positivity and just.
John
get
Cena
along.
is a total package.
All right, man. All right, Tony, go ahead. 30 seconds on John Cena. Go ahead.
30 seconds on John Cena.
30
oh,
seconds.
Lord.
You wasted 13 of them.
And then we're going to let
Oh,
you go
Lord.
for the night.
You need some more
well,
training.
you know what? John Cena is good for the kids. He's got great promo skills.
Phenomenal.
The last few months, I've seen him do a lot of moves where he's not done before, moves he's pulled out from, the ruthless aggression era that he's bringing back. I do appreciate that. But I do think they need to stop throwing him in every fucking title picture. He's won damn near every title except for the Intercontinental title. And once he gets that, it's over.
He sells.
He
Unless
learned
he's
those
heel.
those new moves
I mean,
in the
Daniel
bedroom from
Bryan
Nikki.
did that milestone before Cena, and I'm glad that someone beat him to it.
You trying to be funny.
I'm just preaching facts.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it does get stale when he's a babyface for 12 straight years and he's in every title picture. And
They need to turn him heel. He's ready for it. He wants it. Like, before he goes
The
out,
fans want it.
I
one
think it's
great
too
heel
late.
run.
Look, he's a free
never too
pebble
late.
eating, cheer, stealing. It doesn't matter.
Walking down the ramp in your bright rainbow color shirt. Look at that. I'm kind of homeless Power Ranger.
Thank you, Tony, for calling in, bud.
Yeah,
thank you, Tony,
Yeah, no
for calling
problem.
in.
Thanks for calling, buddy.
We'll definitely check with you later on. You have a good one.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.
Later.
So anyway, I mean, the fact that John Cena is wasted with fucking the fact. Here's my opinion on why he's underrated. Because for so many years he was put into matches with the Great Khali, Umaga, fucking the list goes on of terrible guys he was put in there. with.
Umaga was a great guy, though.
What was so great about him?
was
He
really-
had 3 moves just like every other guy.
Yeah,
he
but
had the
that was
thumb, the
His
Samoan
match
drop, and the
with
kick.
that was
Cena
part
at the
of
Royal
his-
Rumble
that
was
was-
probably one of his
I'm
best
with
matches.
Jeff. Umaga was pretty terrible to me. He had nothing on Rikishi.
He had a great move. I mean, he had a great gimmick, but
Right, and when it comes to his moveset, I mean, he was, really quick and stuff for his size, but I think the moves he was limited to was because of his gimmick.
But he was uncharismatic. He didn't.
But that's why he had Estrada for his mouthpiece.
Yeah, I know, but right. They put John Cena in matches with stiffs. And what you think you were going to get?
Now, the Great Khali, I can agree with you on.
I wouldn't go that far because the first time he had his first title reign, they put him in with matches with Edge, Triple H.
Well, that was the better reign. I mean,
His first reign, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the
Well, he did have
in the
15
ring with
of them.
Jericho, Angle. I mean, the list goes on and on.
So-
and he got better.
you just need 2 of the greatest wrestlers ever, Jericho and Angle. I mean, them 2 can sell anything.
those were great matches.
Those are great matches.
To end this Fastlane review, how'd you guys want to rate it?
Hate it.
2 stars.
No stars.
Hated it.
If I could give
You
him
can't
negatives,
give it no stars if you
Actually-
thought that
Oh,
Okay,
no,
AJ
no.
you're
stopped.
right.
I'll give
You're
it-
right. A 1 star. 1 star.
I'm a 1 star because the Brie and Charlotte
But
match
you
for
also
me
like
and
the Dolph
Jericho.
Ziggler and fucking Kevin Owens match. How are you going to give it a 1 star when you actually? That's the 2 stars I gave it.
I'll give it 2 stars.
Oh, whoa. Jericho and the terrible one was good.
Yeah, Jericho
The terrible
and AJ
one?
Styles.
The terrible
Brie
one.
and Charlotte.
That's 1
one?
star.
The
Brie,
terrible
Charlotte.
one.
Brie Charlotte's half a star. And then Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler's a half a
That's the
star.
okay.
All right.
Okay, I was gonna agree. That's a half star. Okay, I'll give you. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's what I mean.
That's
Two-
pretty accurate. 2 stars.
let's
maybe
get to-
2. Maybe 2.5.
Let's move on to
Let's
Raw.
get in this weekly
Let's get to
review
the weekly
here.
review.